there are two types of people in this world. Some spread happiness wherever they go, and some spread happiness whenever they go. Which one do you want to be? A person who is charismatic, magnetic, and leaves his impression wherever he goes and comes out of that meeting or place. We are going to learn this all in personality development. What is it that we are going to know about personality? Its definition, factors affecting personality, and what is personality development all about? What are the scopes that we are going to have on that? And importance of personality development and the character in personality development. Yes, today we are going to learn about personality development with me, Waheeda, Assistant Professor at the Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Dundigal. Let's see what is there in our agenda today. We are going to learn in detail about personality development, as I told you. What dressing and personality plays in our development, how communication and personality development go hand in hand. And I'm going to tell you a few tips on how to develop your personality from within and outside simultaneously. And what personality has effect on workplace, in your personal life as well as at your professional level. How is it going to reduce your stress at all levels of your life? If you are an organizational, how it is going to prove as organizational success. Okay. So every individual has his own characteristic ways of behaving and responding to emotions, perceiving things, and looking at the world. To me, it might look as 6, but from your point, it might look as 9. Both are correct in your own perspective. We have our own ways of perceiving things, because no two individuals are similar. So it depends on how we have been brought up, our culture, how we spent our childhood, and most importantly, how we have been treated at our growing age, how our personality was molded by our elders, our parents, our guardians, and our grandparents, and what kind of surrounding was given to us. All depends on, the personality depends on all these things. How an individual is raised, what are the values, human values, that have been inculcated in that person right from the beginning, how much of the virtues that have been imbibed or given it to the individual, depends on the kind of personality that he or she shows at the grown up age, which will help us to shape our personality according to the norms that have been sought by some standard behaviors that are mapped out for human culture from time immemorial. So it is inevitable that we cannot be behaving as we like in all the situations. We need to develop our personality to adhere to the needs of the society. It is something that people tend to think a lot about when we meet new people through work, school, social events, and so often the personality on which we immediately focus on, isn't it? When we come back and discuss about those people that we have met, what do we discuss about them? What kind of a person that was? How kindly he treated us, or how nicely that person dealt with the situation, how calmly he or she completed the work. All these things that will leave an impact on the other person. That's what we discuss, isn't it? Whether they were nice to us, whether they were helpful, whether they were outgoing, what kind of a personality that they portray to us, what kind of impression that they have left on us. All these things, isn't it, that say about the personality of that person, how people evaluate. So in the same way, how we want the other people to know us depends on how we behave, how we look at the things, how we uh, portray our behavior, our values. The kind of behavior that we portray in front of them defines our personality. The kind of virtues we are having, the vices that we are having. So we are going to talk about how we can just I mean, weed out the bad qualities in ourselves, work on those things, and develop our personality. I give my students this example all the time: weeding out. When you're trying to grow one tree, for example, you want a mango tree to grow in your backyard. So what you do, you sow the seed. That is the sowing the seed of goodness. Okay, and you water the tree every day so that it grows healthy. So what are you doing there? You are inculcating good habits in that. And sometimes you see there are some kinds of weeds growing around that plant. So what do? You take out the weeds which you do not need. This is what is called weeding out. I mean, taking out the vices from our personality and trying to focus on the main plant, that is the virtue that a person should possess, isn't it? So it is a combined assortment of memories and incidents. I would call it amalgamation of the experiences or the situations that we have had in our life, entire lifespan. The environmental factors, family background, financial conditions, genetic factors, situations and circumstances, they also contribute a lot in our individual personality, as I told you. How we behave in our day to day life reflects our personality. How an individual behaves depends on his family background, upbringing, social status, and so on and so forth. Then it also influences how we think, the way that we think, how our beliefs and values are there, and our expectations from our life, and how we think about others and depend on our personality. Others depend on our personality. It is defined as all the personal characteristics, that's characteristics that I as a person might be having, which are not there in the other person. No two individuals are same. One character cannot be I mean, equalized with the other one. There will be a flavor with another kind of aspect in the other personality. It is the personality, how we which shows how we interact with others. It is the sum of the characteristics of an individual which makes him or her different from the others. It is our personality which makes us unique and helps us understand apart from the crowd. So might be liking certain things. My friend might not be liking. So I cannot regard that person. I cannot standardize that what I like is standard and what the other person doesn't like is not standard. So it is not on my part to decide. Every person is different because of the as I told you, the background, the financial status that they are coming from, the family values, the kind of people that they have been surrounded in their childhood. So another thing is that of hereditary. Science has proved that 39% of our genes are inherited from our parents. So we get a lot from them. It refers to the factors that are determined once an individual is born. It's the physique, the attractiveness, the beauty, whatever attractiveness one has, body type, whether it is uh, hefty body, tall body, slim, and the complexion also, the color, fair, very fair, dusky, all these. Body weight also depends on his her parents' biological makeup. That we cannot do anything about it. Uh, Mostly, these are the things that we have got naturally from our parents, actually. And then the environment. it plays a very significant role in an individual's life. What kind of environment that the individual was subjected during his or her growing years, and then the varied culture. Like, you take the example of our country, wherein we have different states, and in even different states we have different cultures. I mean, every 120 kilometers we travel, we come across different cultures. So what culture they come from also plays a very significant role in shaping the personality of that individual. And there are also some situations which an individual has faced in the life. Once upon a time, the person who was very rich and suddenly they have gone bankrupt, the kind of personality that they showed when they were having a lot of money, and suddenly when the money is lost, what kind of behavior that they are portraying also plays a significant role on the kind of appearance that the person is having, the kind of character. Intelligence and attractiveness, efficiency also depends on that, and self determine uh, this style determine his personality. For example, the appearance, when a person is very rich, might be spending a lot of money on the outward appearance, how he or she looks like. But when there is lack of money, they might not give so much of importance to that. So that the charismatic influence, or the kind of enigma, or the kind of magnetism that they have been exerting in the society would usually shift from that to a different kind of a behavior in the individual. And the character, it speaks a lot. Like, it gives a lot of confidence to the person. If he is having a very good strong character, he or she can stand out in the society, and people will be respecting those person with very good characters. And also, if they are very intelligent, they have portrayed, they got some good credentials in the courses and the degrees that they have mm, received from the universities or colleges. And the efficiency that they show in doing that particular, carrying out the particular responsibility that they have been given with. And the style that they have, whether they are copying somebody or whether it is their original style, that will become a style of different people. Usually what we happen, we have our role models, isn't it? So we follow certain people. If we from the outer appearance, we want to look like somebody we admire, mostly our celebrities, isn't it? So the outer appearance, but the inner appearance we must have from people who are good from inside. Okay, so we have to be not imitating others, but it is better if we have find a niche, carve a niche for ourselves through our personalities. It is what we are going to learn about. What is personality development? In which areas do we need to develop our personality? According to me, developing a personality is all round development. Mostly, the most important thing is the inner personality we need to work on. Outer personality, it is very easy to do that. We are going to discuss in detail about the tips I'm going to give you as to how to develop the personality from inner out. It is building your capabilities, nurturing your talent, enhancing your new skill sets, and working on your weaknesses and transforming those weaknesses into strength. I gave you the example of a mango tree. When you want to grow the mango tree, you just water it and also weed out the the weeds that are growing. You just pluck up them. So this is what is called working on our weaknesses, pulling out the weaknesses from our body, and then transforming those energies into uh, our strengths, how it can be proving beneficial to our personality growth. It is the process of making yourself a better person than before. In each day you need to work on your personality development so that you are a better person from yesterday. It is actually defined as a process of developing and enhancing one's personality. It helps an individual gain confidence and high self-esteem, which is very important to stand in a society, to perform your duties. Okay, to stand in a society, stand out in a society is very much important. It to Personality development is also said to have a positive impact on your communication skills and the way you see the world. Like, if your personality is enhanced, the way you talk, what you talk also will change. If we observe ourselves, if from the time when we did not work on our personality, what kind of thought process that we were having, and what kind of words, or what kind of talk that we have been giving to others, was entirely different from the time when we have worked on our personality and developed our thought processes. Like, level of understanding, and also the positive attitude as a result of personality development will be changed. What is the scope that personality development is going to give it to us? uh, yes, as an individual, you as an individual have unique skill sets. Your potential is multifaceted, and investing in personality development enables you to harness your strengths. Okay, and focus on individual personality development adds to your capabilities and helps your dreams and aspirations turn into reality. This way, you will be developing your personality in a better manner. And there is no substitute to hard work. If you have decided that I want to change my personality, and if you're working hard towards it, and it is inevitable that the result has to be positive. Okay, and the sooner you understand, the better for you. Think about how to develop your personality. What are the things? First, assessing your personality in this aspect is very uh, crucial, very important. There are so many tests that are available on the internet to assess your personality. What kind of personality traits that you possess? Okay, that is very important. They give you some 70, 80, hundreds of questions are there. They twist and turn according to the situation and try to extract the exact personality that you have. I mean, talking about the various aspects or various experiences in life that you have gone through in your life, so that you give your complete exact personality trait. So it is important that you first take up the personality trait and first find out who you are. Okay, or you can take feedback from your friends, your family members. What are the kinds of traits that you are possessing? Are they some positive aspects? And you tell them to give some 10 positive aspects of you and some negative aspects of you. Instead of working on concentrating on the positive aspects, you have to work on what are the negative things that we are possessing, the vices. That if you are working on those things, to weed out the vices from our personality, is exactly what is personality development all about. The outer appearance, when we go for a makeover, it can happen in a month or two, but the changing the personality from within makes a lot of difference. It occurs various aspects of personality, in including its cognitive level, social and moral development. As I told you, the level of intelligence, first of all, working on the cognitive aspects, uh, like increasing your memory, and working on those skills. And social development, how we behave, working on your personality, the body language, how you appear, social aspects, interpersonal skills that you are possessing. If you are shy, trying to meet new people to get over that shyness. If you are not able to communicate well, your your abilities are there, but since you are not doing that act, they might not have developed in such a way as you want them to. So meeting new people, having a good interpersonal communication with others, and developing your morals from within, taking out the vices from our habits, our behavior, and then inculcating good habits in ourselves, relying on truth, always speaking the truth, and being very kind and generous to others, helpful, being a philanthropist, empathetic towards other and helping others, and trying to be good to them, trying to be nice to them, is trying to speak, making people comfortable is also one of the virtues that one can develop mm, as a personal development. Some people uh, cannot feel comfortable in others because of their inferiority complex or low self-esteem. So making other person feel comfortable in your company, and trying to listen to them, it's a virtue that you possess. As if you are a good listener, trying to listen to other people's problems and trying to solve them, how you are a good problem solver will define how you are developing your personality. Then comes the importance of personality development. Uh, it grooms an individual and helps him make a mark in of his her own. Individual needs to have a style of their own for others to follow. As I told you before, we tend to imitate some celebrities who look good and they behave good in the surroundings, or in gatherings and all. So we should carve a niche for ourselves so that people imitate us. Do not like blindly copy others or be copied. You need to set an example for people around. As I told you, it makes you look good and presentable, but also helps you face the world with a smile. If you have known that you have worked on your personality, now it gives you confidence that you have a good personality and you can present yourself well in the presence of others. And if you have a smiling face, nothing like it. You need 400 muscles to frown and just 4 muscles to smile. So which is the easiest? Just give a little exert to your face muscles, and then keep a smiling face always. It makes you presentable. It makes people wonder like what you have been up to, and how much of presence that you are exerting in the presence of others. Then it goes a long way in reducing stress and conflicts also. It encourages individuals to look at the brighter sides of life, that is, being optimistic, seeing positivity, seeing that something good will happen all the time, because you are welcoming that. It actually absorbs, the goodness is absorbed, and that is what happens to you. Face even the worst situations with a smile. If And trust me, flashing your $1 trillion smile will not only melt half of your problems, but also evaporate your stress and worries. If you're having a smiling face, if you are presentable, if you have developed your personality in this aspect, your worries will be melted down. And there is no point cribbing or minor issues and problems. If you are able to feel that problems are nothing to me, I have that ability to solve any kind of problems, find out this problematic situation, and then find solution for that, and there is nothing like it. Okay. It also helps you develop positive attitude towards life. Individual with a negative attitude finds problem in every situation. If you are positive, you find solution in every problem. And if you are negative, you find problem in every situation. So that's the difference it makes. If your personality is developed to the fullest, this you will be analyzing that there should be positivity, and there is no cribbing and criticizing other people around you, who might have created some problems for you. If you have the ability to solve that problem, there is nothing like it. And then it also plays an essential role, not only in an individual's professional life, but also at their personal life as well. It makes an individual disciplined, punctual, and as asset for his or her organization, as well as to the people whom you belong to, your parents, your spouses, and your offsprings as well. So, like being punctual, doing time management, as I told you, that it is the overall development that we are going through, that is being managing your time effectively, being punctual on doing, if you have given a word to somebody, keeping up that word. Okay, being disciplined in your life as well as the life of others that you are associated with. It teaches you to respect not only your boss or higher officials, but also your fellow workers and your family members, friends, neighbors, etc. Never make fun of anyone at the workplace. Avoid criticizing and making fun of your fellow workers. This is also one of the aspects of personality development. Uh, it helps actually individuals to inculcate positive qualities, like I told you: flexibility, punctuality, willingness to learn. This is what has prompted you to learn, to develop your personality, isn't it? So if this person is willing to learn something, being a very friendly person in nature, and eagerness to help others, being a philanthropist, okay, never hesitate to share information with others. I tell my students, that you never take the things to people should not take the things that they know to their graves. Give away as it comes to you. Yes, just share it away so that other people learn it from you. Like adhering to the rules, as I told you, reaching out on or to the office on time, have the tendency to work till late. Late sittings not only increase your stress level, but also spoil your personal life. Sitting till late at the office indicates that you are individual extremely poor in time management skills. It shows whatever the time that you have mapped out for your whole day, you need to adhere to it. If you are spending more time either at the home or at your office, it is not good for you. uh, Impressive personality is developed, and you makes you stand apart from the rest of the crowd. It plays an essential role in improving one's communication skills. If you have to improve your personality, you have to work on your communication skills, how you are putting across your message, your body language, the way you talk. First, being a good listener. So the ratio is that 75% of listening and 25% of your speaking is a very good ratio if you want to develop your personality. Giving ears to Lending your ears to others is always have been a very good virtue. Okay. And improving one's communication, you need to know how to talk to anyone, what to talk to anyone according to the situations. I mean, exerting that kind of presence of your thought process is very important. And uh, you become individual ought to master the art of expressing their thoughts and feelings in the most desired ways. Personality makes you a confident individual who is appreciated and respectable wherever he goes. I gave you the example, the two types of people. There are some type who leave the place and they spread happiness wherever they go, and there are some who spread happiness whenever they go. So we have to be working towards a person who spreads happiness wherever he goes, so that our personality enables to discover our qualities, empowers you to make the right decisions and choose wisely. Yes, taking decision on the right time, defines your success. If the decision is taken on the right time, uh, it is going to have a lot of influence on who you are. If the decision is not taken on the right time, the opportunity might never knock on the door, on your door next time. Winning quality in your confidence. Confident people are more equipped to succeed in long run. If you develop that personality, it assists you in communicating clearly, convincingly, and precisely, not to be verbose. You should allow other people to talk. You should not be verbose all the time, using lot of words to express your feelings. Try to be very precise, go to the crux of the topic, or crux of the message that you want to give to the others. Once you know how to develop your personality, you will be seen as a leader by your peers and your colleagues. If you know these tips as to what are the things that I have to do to develop my personality, and if you have worked on it, you've given a hard work on that, then nothing like it will be shown in your personality, in your behavior. You tend to show leadership qualities, and it will be observed by your colleagues, your bosses, and your peers, as well as your relatives and your immediate family members. Importance of character in personality development. What is the character that plays a role in a development of a personality? Character refers to some of an individual's qualities and characteristics which differentiate him or her from others. An individual's character is actually an amalgamation of his or her qualities, which makes him unique and helps him stand apart from the rest. So it is our peculiar qualities, the kind of atmosphere, the kind of circumstances that we have grown in, and different mm, qualities that we have, mixture of qualities that we are possessing. And character plays an essential role in personality development. It is not only about looking good and wearing expensive brands, it is also about developing one's inner self, as I told you before, and being a good human being, being human. Like more than anyone else, you are answerable to yourself. Do not do anything which which you yourself are not convinced of. An individual is nervous only when he or she is ashamed of what he is doing. So if you know what is truth, there is that inner self which will be um, always triggering that goodness from you. It is There is that sense that will tell you if you're not doing good. It is always reminding you that this is not the right thing that you are doing. So listen to that inner voice all the time, and try to be in good when you are around people, as well as when you are alone, when nobody is watching you. That makes all the difference. The thought process that goes on into your mind when you are around somebody and when you are all alone yourself, uh, will have a lot of influence on the kind of personality that you are going to develop. Understand? It is something an individual is born with and seldom changes with times, against the behavior. Honestly, mm, is honesty in an individual is inherent character which would never change irrespective of her or her situation or circumstances. Like, would you steal or cheat others just because you do not have enough savings with you at the moment? Absolutely not, isn't it? It is the quality of a uh, good personality. Like, come what may, I'm not going to talk lie. come what may, I am not going to steal anything. Whatever the situation might, I'm going to face with my abilities, okay, my caliber, and try to solve that problem and never resort to something that is not good, not defined by the standards. So, what are the things that a good character person finds has is where he goes and he's respected. Wherever he goes, he's respected by all. Such qualities like honesty. It is always the best policy. We have always been uh, taught at the earlier age, at earlier years of our age, that honesty is always the best policy. And then we have the leadership qualities that we must possess in all walks of life. It is not that we cannot be sitting just because there is no leader. We have to find ourselves. The leadership qualities that are dormant in a personality should be harnessed, they should be worked on, and then they should be brought forth, and you should present them in situations whenever they require. Then finding trust, building trust. You need to be reliable personality. Like if someone is depending on you for something, you have to uh, keep up their trust. If you have said that you are going to do something for somebody, you need to keep that word for them, because they have trusted you. Okay, they have left certain important things with you, thinking that you are going to safeguard it. But if you are being careless, you have spoiled the thing that somebody has deposited it with you. You are not being a good person. Then courage, showing courage to face what kind of situation comes, relying on your capabilities, come what may. Okay, not being timid, or finding yourself behind closing yourself behind the door and not facing the situation. And also patience, wait for the right time to get the result. Do not do anything keeping in mind that it will come back to me as a benefit, or thinking of the reward, or thinking of the return that it might give you. Just do it for the sake of benefiting other persons, and it might come back to you. Being patient to in waiting for the right result. Okay, and not be not being impatient or showing your emotions, or trying to I mean ill treat people because you are not able to wait for the right timing. Okay, you can force an individual to be loyal towards his organization, or for that matter his family members. You can't do that. Character is something which comes from within, and it's often long lived. A good character helps you develop a winning personality. A good character is the backbone of a magnetic, charismatic personality which attracts other people. Yes, we need to be doing that. One need to be honest at work. Okay, and develop a sense of loyalty and attachment towards your organization. Commitment has to come from within. Just don't just work for money. Don't attend office just to fulfill your job responsibility. This is a part of your character and personality. An individual with a good character would in turn have a good personality. If you're extremely good looking, but you do not know how to behave, don't be surprised if you are ignored by others. Nothing is more important than your character and moral values. Never cheat others. Remember, life is nothing without ethics and values. With this, I sign off.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.